Dive into the timeless wisdom of Hinduism, a tapestry of beliefs and practices woven over millennia. Join us as we explore its origins, evolution, and core tenet. Whether you're a curious seeker or a devoted practitioner, this journey promises insights and inspiration. So sit back, relax, and let the exploration begin. No single individual can claim to be the founder of Hinduism. It has no single prophet or scripture. Instead, it arose gradually, drawing from the cultural and spiritual practices of ancient civilizations. Its story begins in the heart of the Indian subcontinent, where the Indus Valley Civilization flourished around 2500 BCE. Archaeological remnants like seals, figurines, and ruins hint at a society deeply connected to spiritual practices. Some believe early Hindus worshipped a deity linked to the lingam, a symbol of generative power often associated with Lord Shiva in later traditions. Others posit that a mother goddess was central to their faith. Unfortunately, much of this era remains shrouded in mystery due to the Indus scripts, leaving us with fragments of a rich yet enigmatic past. As the Indus Valley Civilization waned, new waves of migrants entered the Indian subcontinent, bringing their customs and beliefs. Around 1500 BCE, the Vedic period commenced, marking a significant chapter in Hinduism's evolution. This era saw the composition of the four sacred Vedas, Samanrag, Yajur, and Atharva, which became foundational texts for Hindu philosophy. The Vedas are a rich tapestry of hymns, chants, and rituals. Within their verses lies the essence of early Vedic culture, their social norms, values, and spiritual yearnings. The Rig Veda, the oldest, contains 28 hymns dedicated to various deities, showcasing a polytheistic early Vedic religion. As the period progressed, the focus shifted from ritualistic sacrifices to deeper philosophical inquiries driven by a quest for deeper understanding of existence. Around 800 to 200 BCE, the Upanishads emerged as a part of this broader philosophical growth. These texts were not discrete books, but rather teachings, passed down orally through generations of sages and disciples. The Upanishads delved into profound metaphysical queries: the nature of reality, the essence of the soul, and the means to attain liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth. They introduced concepts that continue to resonate deeply within Hinduism, such as Atman, the belief that the individual soul is eternal and interconnected with the universe. The Upanishads also laid the groundwork for the concept of Brahman, the ultimate reality, often described as a single, infinite, timeless, formless consciousness. They envisioned this reality as a source from which all things emanate and into which they ultimately return. This period witnessed the rise of asceticism and the search for enlightenment as the ultimate goal. Figures like Gautama, the Buddha, who initially followed Vedic traditions, began emphasizing spiritual awakening through meditation and introspection as pathways to liberation. The ancient Indian epics, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, enriched Hinduism with narratives that transcend religious boundaries. Comprised of ancient Indian texts, these epics narrate tales of gods and humans, their struggles, choices, and destinies. Central to these stories are profound ethical and spiritual lessons, shaping not only Hinduism, but Indian culture at large. The Ramayana, traditionally attributed to the sage Valmiki, tells the epic tale of Lord Rama, his wife Sita, and his brother Lakshmana. Their journey to rescue Sita from the demon king Ravana is a central narrative that has resonated across millennia. The poem explores themes of duty, love, devotion, and the battle between good and evil. The Mahabharata, traditionally attributed to Vyasa, is more extensive, covering a vast canvas of characters and events. The central story revolves around two warring branches of the Kuru dynasty, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, culminating in the momentous battle of Kurukshetra. Within its vast narrative, the Mahabharata encapsulates philosophical treatises like the Bhagavad Gita, which imparts profound spiritual teachings on duty, action, and devotion as paths to liberation. These epics, with their rich storytelling and multifaceted characters, continue to be celebrated through recitations, theatrical performances, and artistic renditions, ensuring their timeless relevance. Core beliefs serve as the bedrock of any faith, and Hinduism is no exception. While diversity is a defining feature, certain concepts are widely held. Dharma, often translated as duty or righteousness, is a fundamental principle. It encompasses moral and ethical conduct, social order, and cosmic law. Living according to Dharma is seen as essential for harmony in one's life and the universe. Karma, often understood as an individual's actions and their consequences, extends beyond personal actions to encompass thoughts and intentions. Every action, whether in this life or past lives, yields a karmic result that influences one's present and future. This principle underpins the concept of rebirth, where the consequences of one's karma determine their next existence. Samsara refers to the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, driven by karma. It is a continuous process until one achieves enlightenment or moksha. The fourth, and perhaps most pivotal concept, signifies liberation from the cycle of samsara. It represents the ultimate goal in Hinduism, a state of freedom from suffering and attachment, often described as a return to one's true nature or union with the divine. These core beliefs interweaved to form a complex yet harmonious whole, guiding practitioners towards ethical conduct, self-reflection, and the ultimate aspiration for liberation. Deities hold a significant place in many people's Hindu practices, reflecting the tradition's deep respect for the divine in various forms. While there is no singular god in Hinduism, many Hindus worship deities who embody different aspects of the divine. Among the most revered are Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer and transformer. Brahma, often depicted with four heads representing the four Vedas, is associated with creation and the origin of the universe. However, he is less prominent in later Hindu traditions compared to Vishnu and Shiva, often shown with four arms symbolizing his control over the cosmos, is worshipped as a supreme being who protects and preserves the universe. His numerous avatars, including Rama and Krishna, are revered for teaching humanity about Dharma and righteousness. Shiva, depicted with a third eye representing his wisdom and a snake around his neck symbolizing his mastery over earthly desires, is revered as the supreme consciousness. He is seen as the destroyer of ignorance and the bringer of transformation. Other important deities include Devi, the great goddess, who embodies various forms and aspects of divine feminine energy, and Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, often invoked before starting any new endeavor. These deities are not merely supernatural beings, but representations of different energies and principles of the cosmos. Hindus may choose to worship one or more of these deities based on their personal beliefs and regional traditions. Temples, homes, and community spaces often resonate with the spirit of worship and devotion. Many Hindus establish home shrines called puja rooms where they perform daily rituals. These spaces are typically adorned with images of chosen deities, flowers, incense, and offerings. Visiting temples is a common practice, each temple being a microcosm of the divine, housing deities in a sacred space. The main chamber, called the Garbhagriha, enshrines the deity, while the temple complex often features intricate carvings and symbolism. Festivals are an integral part of religious expression, each celebrating various aspects of the divine and seasonal cycles. Festivals like Diwali, Holi, and Navaratri draw communities together, blending religious fervor with cultural celebrations. During festivals, rituals, music, dance, and drama often intertwine to create a vibrant tapestry of devotion. The emphasis on purity in Hinduism is reflected in various practices such as ritual baths, vegetarianism, and pilgrimage to sacred sites. Ritual bathing, often done before prayer or temple visits, symbolizes cleansing oneself of impurities, both physical and mental. Vegetarianism is widely observed, reflecting the belief in nonviolence towards all living beings. Pilgrimage to sacred sites like Haryana Kashi and Rameswaram is considered highly meritorious, offering the opportunity to bathe in sacred waters or visit holy shrines. These acts of devotion are seen as ways to purify oneself, seek blessings, and deepen one's spiritual connection. Hinduism is a vibrant, multifaceted tradition that has evolved over millennia while continuing to adapt and thrive in the modern world. Its core teachings offer timeless wisdom on ethics, spirituality, and the pursuit of enlightenment. As you reflect on this journey through Hinduism, consider how its rich history, core beliefs, and diverse practices resonate with your own spiritual path. Whether you're a lifelong devotee or a curious seeker, the wisdom contained within Hinduism holds the potential to enrich your understanding of yourself and the world around you. If you enjoyed learning more about Hinduism, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more informative and enriching content. Your engagement helps us continue sharing these educational journeys with the world. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration of Hinduism. May your journey of discovery be filled with wonder and insight. Until next time, may peace and wisdom be with you.